Oh boy, here we are. So, something happened at my work the other day, and I thought it was funny. I don't want to say specifics because I know some of the people that I work with actually watch the video, but the customer is not always right. Here's the thing. In America, there is such a thing as the customer is always right. That's a whole lot of BS. The customer is not always right. The mechanic is not always right, and the service advisor is not always right. The manager is not always right. The shop foreman is not always right. The cashier at the fucking register or the parts department is not always right. Nobody is always right. That's kind of the whole deal. But in certain situations, there is one party that is right over the other. I'll say exactly kind of what happened, but I won't call names or specifics. I was working on a car and I recommended a bunch of stuff. The customer at this point was already here for like about a half hour, so it's not really that big of a deal until they approved it all. And I'm like, wow, I didn't expect them to honestly approve it all. But okay, cool. Yeah, can you get that done in an hour and a half? What? What do you mean get it done in an hour and a half? Well, the customer is, kind of complaining that they got to get out of here as soon as possible. What? Then come back. Well, they kind of want to get it done now because they're going to travel. They want to travel, and they're not from here. And then, so why the fuck did they approve it? Now, here's the thing. Obviously, and this is where it's shitty, but it's true because there's nothing you can, as a mechanic, there's really nothing you can do about it. The service advisor doesn't want to lose the sale. I don't give a shit, but we're in a situation where, all right, well, now I have to kind of tell my service advisor I need more time. And he's like, well, I can't really get more time. And then you kind of do, and then you don't. And then it's just like, you're in this fucking situation, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Because sometimes in situations like this, I've actually offered being like, hey, can I talk to the customer? And all the service advisors are like, no, no, you can't. Because I'm going to just tell the customer straight up. Here's the difference. The difference between me and like the people that I've worked with in the past is just like, I don't care if I lose the sale. If something's not going to get done and it's not going to get done right, then don't try and do it. Like, well, here's the difference. Try and do it, but you have to make sure you're taking the time necessary to do it in somewhat of the right way, or try to do it as good as you possibly can. Obviously, do it right. But customers are so fucking impatient. Like, you come and get service done on your car, like you want an oil change. This isn't fucking McDonald's. Like, this is like, you are in line, your car, and you're sitting down in the waiting room, but there are 5 other people ahead of you. Like, it just doesn't mean just because you've checked in and you signed your car in, that means, you're the only one that's here. No, there's a couple techs, there's techs on each side. There's probably around like 5, 6 at a given time. And you're waiting in line. You're sitting at the doctor's office. You're waiting in the McDonald's line to get your fucking McFlurry. You're not getting it before anybody else. And shit takes time. Oh, I've been here for an hour. How long is it going to take? Well, you wanted fucking 4 tires on your car. You wanted a fucking alignment. You get your oil change your fucking cabin and air filter for the 10th millionth time. And you're complaining that it's taking too long. It's like, listen, we're working hard to try and get your shit in. Drop your fucking car off, please. Drop your car off, because you're wasting your own time. Like, do you go when you order a package to the post office and sit inside the post office and wait for it to arrive? Or do you wait outside your door, your house, waiting for the Amazon delivery driver to come? And you're like, oh, it took 2 days. I've been sitting out here for 2 days and I'm not getting what I want. And you know what the problem is? They're ill-informed. I think they think that the work that gets done on a car is like magic. There are some customers that are actually really nice about it, like, and will buy donuts, buy pizza, and are like, "Hey guys, here's a tip for the tech who worked on the car," which probably half of it gets split with the service advisor, and we never know about it. But thanks guys, I appreciate it. I was only here for 6 hours, but I know how much work you did on my car. Like, I get it. You can't go without your car. But here's the reality. You own the car, and that means you need to take responsibility for shit when stuff goes wrong with it. You can't just expect shit. Like, you don't, well, I'm the customer. I'm going to be honest. And I know the guy is probably watching the video. One of the customers was complaining. He was complaining that he was hungry. This motherfucker made my service advisor buy him a sandwich. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, I could never own my own shop. And this is the reason. One, I would try and be honest to a fault. And because of that, it means I wouldn't make any money. Number two is, if a customer was like thinking that they were in some type of position to where I needed to make them happy like that, I would say, get the fuck out. I don't even care. I'd slap the wheels back on the car, dump fucking the old oil back into it, and ship it the fuck back out. And I'd get lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. I wouldn't be able to stay in business. Because listen, if you're gonna fucking complain, if you're gonna come to me, ask for my help, and then fucking complain about the help that you're getting, you're not being helped fast enough, you aren't the only fucking person here. Wait your fucking turn. But here's the thing. I worked at a shop once where they would just suck the customers' balls all the time. And it was like, well, we'll give them anything they want for their service. And you know what? Works great. Oh, they're return customers. But here's the thing. Why would I want those customers to return? Well, their mentality is it's quantity over quality. It's not about how good you do the work. It's about how fast can you get people in and out flipping those burger patties because of your return on investment. No one goes to McDonald's because people think McDonald's is good food. People go to McDonald's because it's fucking cheap, or used to be cheap, because it's fucking quick, it's fucking easy. Even when it's not, then they get into a habitual routine. And the people who go to McDonald's, half of them are probably fucking obnoxious, fucking 400 pounds overweight. And it's just like, these are the people you're dealing with. If you do legitimate business, your likelihood to fail in certain aspects probably, especially in the automotive field, significantly go up. Because if you're being legit and you're trying to do honest work takes longer. Honest work doesn't pay as much. So in order to get ahead, because you are competing with other people in the same industry, you have to kind of cheat. You have to sell things that people don't need. You're not making money off of doing people's oil changes. The oil changes is what gets people in the door. So you can sell them stupid things like fluids and pad slaps and shit, which I actually am not against pad slaps. It depends on what the rotors are like, because sometimes they have come back and sometimes they haven't, because people don't take the time to do it, to know what they're looking at. Depends. Don't quote me on that. I don't do it all the time. I actually don't really do it at all. But, if that's what you want done, I am completely with it. I would do it on my own car, because it has a little squeak in the morning because of the dew doesn't really bother me as much. It does bother a lot of other people, though. You can't survive. In today's world, especially of how, balls deep we are with the whole corruption of greed, we wouldn't be able to make legitimate money and be able to build the business up. You'd have to put double the amount of effort into the business to keep it afloat anyway while you're cheating. But if you're not cheating, you got to put like a lot more effort into the business, because you got to find a way to cut corners somewhere. Because if you do it legit, by the time the ball gets rolling, you're going to be years into it, and you're just going to kind of get in your feet planted. And that's if it survives. Then you're increasing the risk of chances of, who gets elected, and then that's going to affect how it affects your business. So, what's the market looking like? Is no one fixing their used car? People buying newer cars now because they're more affordable. Like, there's a lot of things you need to take into consideration. I'm getting off track. Customers that would walk in, and it's like, I think that if every single automotive shop did this, it would filter out your options, and it would actually train people to think a certain way. If shitty people come in, deny them service. You don't come into a place where they're trying to help you and you're shitty. Don't help these people. Every automotive practice, or every type of practice in the world in general, shouldn't help shitty people. And it will filter out the good from the bad. We'll help you if, you're a kind person, you're a good customer, and you're not going to be a douchebag causing a fucking scene, passing out on the floor because of your fentanyl overdose. It's just like, it's, we want to be able to help everybody. That's the goal. But if you're going to give people a hard time and be a shitbag about it, then no. Well, here's the reality. The reality is yes, we will help you, because we don't care where the money comes from. We don't care if the money comes from a fucking mob boss, or we don't care if the money comes from a poor person. Money's money. It doesn't matter to these companies. It doesn't matter the type of person you are. But oh god, I keep getting off topic. But the customer isn't always right. In some instances, when they are right, I could see that. Like, if a customer knows what they're looking at, and this is something I don't really like either, when service advisors complain that, they don't want to do the fucking sale, fucking shitbag, and the mechanics do the same thing. Like, they don't want to fucking, what? They don't want to spend their money? God. No, because you know what? Maybe they don't want to spend their money. Maybe they don't. Because when you get a bill that's thrown in front of you for $3,000, it's like, I don't know. Do you have $3,000 you want to throw down on your on your car right now? You came in for an oil change, and it turns out you need a fucking everything. Is that something you want to do right now? No, I don't think so. Is it a necessity? Is it really though? Yes and no. How about you just sell it to the customer in increments? Well, we can't do that because we got to make the sale. Yes, climbing the ladder, are we? And there's a combination of faults, I don't think that we should be pressuring customers into buying things, but at the same time, I still think that, the customer needs to be able to give us some type of decency with respect either. And that's not how it works. So because they're shitbags, we have to milk them of their money. That's kind of just how it works. Yeah, I mean, the customer's not always right. Nobody's always right. I don't know. Is this just an American thing that the customer's always right? In other countries, are the customers always right? I get people from all around the world sending comments. One of the comments I got was from Germany. I got one from what was it, Africa or something like that. I got another one, and a couple in Italy. I got a couple in Switzerland. I got a couple in Canada. I got a couple in somewhere in Europe. I don't know, but yeah, I just, like, is this just an American thing? People in America are pretty ignorant. I think that's a big problem too. A lot of Americans are entitled to thinking that something is owed to them, even when they're in a position of help, because that's how we've trained our society. We've trained our society that when, help me, I need help, just give them what they want. That's kind of what we've trained our society to do. It's just a bunch of entitled pricks, male and female. I'm going to be honest. One of the things was like, I had a car come in for an alignment because it pulled. The alignment was perfectly straight. Steering angle was straight. Everything was straight. But she said that the car pulled to the left. I'm like, okay. Interesting. I took the car for the drive, let go of the steering wheel. I'm like, it's pulling straight. I don't understand. Turns out this lady was fucking obese, pretty fat. And when she sat in the car, she was so overweight that the car would pull to the left. Now, how do you explain that without being insulting? And the reality is you can't, because one of my service advisors, again, not naming names, said, "Ma'am, we've what I actually told him to say is I compensated the alignment for her weight." And what my service advisor says, "Ma'am, we're going to compensate the alignment to try and make the car feel a little bit better for you, but everything is actually straight." Well, you don't know what you're talking about. The car is obviously pulling. And that's when I want to walk in the fucking room and go, "Well, how about you drop some fucking weight, fatty? Don't be a fat fucking bitch and fucking bitch everyone out because you're fat and miserable. We're trying to help you. All right? Don't fucking give us that shit." But obviously I can't do that because I'd lose a job. We get sued. But you know what? I think that's such fucking bullshit because I go back and forth. I want to make people feel comfortable. But at the same time, there's a limit to that. A lot of people nowadays want to cater to that mentality. Like, "Well, it's not her fault. She couldn't stop shoving donuts in her mouth." And it's like, I feel bad because some people actually have fucking problems with their weight. They have problems. But that doesn't mean we have to cater to these problems, because you know what it does? Instead of having depressed fat people that are kind, we have depressed fat people that are entitled. So it's just like, what are we doing here? We got to handle every situation fucking independently. We can't be treating people like this and like fucking suck their ass to try and get sales, because we're just furthering the problem. It's probably not going to change. The only thing we can do to change it is have more and more automotive mechanics or service advisors starting their own business to dilute the pool of the negative aspects of the industry. But the only problem is we'd have to open up so many more independent automotive shops that are legit in order to compensate for the plentifulness of the automotive shops that are not. Don't listen to ratings on Google about an automotive shop. Was great. Love the quality work. They all scam. Don't fucking let that shit fool you. It's the name of the game, and we're all playing it. I work on cars. Do I have to fucking do schemy shit? Yeah, because I don't have a choice. Everybody does. That's the industry. We're all fucked. There's nothing we can do other than leave. And then we leave, and then we don't have money. We can't afford to make money. I'm trying to get out of the industry. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll stay in it. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it won't. I doubt it. But I don't know. In America, there's not really a whole lot going on right now that you can do anyway, other than sitting on your ass working in IT, making $250,000 a year for fucking absolutely goddamn nothing while you're sitting by a swimming pool with your laptop. But what do I know? What does moving around blue-collar work have to do anyways nowadays? Nobody needs blue-collar work. We can fix society ourselves, says the people sitting behind a computer. And if you sit behind a computer and do shit, that's what I'm doing right now. Fucking do it. Make your money. Go ahead. Why not? That's actually a question I wanted to ask. Now that you mention it, I have been collecting ad revenue. I haven't made a lot, and I'm probably not even going to be able to be monetized in this video because of how many times I swore and been kicked off the algorithm, and probably because I'm going to tell you the amount I made. I think I made like $110 or $112 over the past 90 days. Now, I know it's not a lot, but it's still something. Is that okay for me to play ads over the video? If not, I won't. Or I'll just put ads over like certain sections of it. I'll space them out more so you don't get fucking ads every 5 seconds. Leave a comment down below and let me know. and then, just let me know if people don't like ads, because I know nowadays, I'm not trying to be greedy here, but I know nowadays people fucking abuse the shit out of it and take so much. I don't want to be that guy. Just let me know in the comments if you think that's okay for me to do, and if not, just let me know. If mass majority says no, I'll I'll stop doing it. And I'm saying this towards the end of the video. Next video, I'll say it towards the beginning, so the people who are watching from the first beginning part can let me know better. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to vent. That's really all I do in these videos, is I just vent about how I perceive certain things. And yeah, that's about it. I'll talk to you guys later.